Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Blair.
And I'm Kirsten, and we are
Mediocre
mediocre content. And
content.
she's got a cat. I now apparently have a cat.
Nice.
It's just the way it goes. It is Barbie time. Hi, Abby. Hi, Puma. She just wants to be part of it.
Yeah, Jinx is the same.
Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday. I still feel like this is really loud to my ears, but it might not be. Hold on. It's still pretty loud.
What are we talking about? The background music?
Yeah, I'm letting our theme song play out, and I couldn't tell if it was just loud to me or loud in general, and it is very loud.
Yeah. Also, may I make a request?
Of course you can.
If you put on the background music,
Yeah.
can it first of all not be like bird sounds? And
Bird sounds?
Yeah, because I was listening to our old YouTube video.
Uh-huh.
And I was like casually listening to our dialogue, and it was like regular music, and then all of a sudden it was like tweet, 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 bird
Oh.
noises.
Oh,
And
in the beginning?
Like
In the middle.
in the middle. And I'm like, oh my God,
What song is that?
I know.
Okay,
And
hold on.
I like thought that there was like birds in my vicinity, or it was like coming from outside or something, and I was like, oh no, this is our podcast. We are the nature podcast now.
We're for the birds.
For the birds.
Also my bitrate is kind of jacking. I just got like a you're no longer live, and then it went away, so I'm so sorry if we glitched for a second. Hopefully the bitrate will recover. Also, the cats say hi, Abby. Let me
Yes,
check
they
this.
do.
Let me check before I put the music on.
Oh shoot, hold on.
Okay. Also, okay, I don't think this one. If you happen to hear the burbs, let me know.
Me?
Yeah, like if
I can't hear any of the background
you can't
stuff.
Hear anything. That's
No.
okay.
That's why I just discovered it like a little while ago.
Okay, so if y'all are starting to heal words, please let me know and I'll change the song. I probably didn't even notice. Hi, Centric. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Thursday.
Why?
Okay, it looks like it's recovered.
Oh, okay. I was like, we're frozen, but we're still also somehow live.
We are amazing. Can you guys see us? Can you hear me?
Put your hands up in the chat if you can see us and hear us. Nothing.
No,
Absolutely nothing. Great.
Retro. I can still see us live though, is the weird thing.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
can't on my phone.
Oh dear.
Let me try and let me see.
I'll also check on my phone and see. I see you. Okay, Abby says she sees us.
Okay, that's good. Winning. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Abby says
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, ew. Yes. I just got a request. This is from the middle redhead brother.
Oh.
Okay, this is so
Okay.
random. Okay, I'm gonna say mediocre male.
Yes.
Just very randomly because I just got the text, and I
Okay.
would feel bad if I didn't share this with you.
Yeah.
He says,
Shout out to middle redhead brother.
Yes. He said, "Do you think you can put my fun fact in stream? The fact is, camels can throw up their stomachs."
That is disgusting.
So there you go.
But also somehow like poetic, because I feel like we've all had that moment in life where like we've thrown up so much that we're just like, it's gonna come up at some point. Like
My
I
whole
just need it to
stomach.
happen.
Or you just
Yeah.
want it to come up so you could throw the whole stomach away at that point. Just be like, I'm
Right.
done with it.
Yeah.
So that's his fun fact. Glorious.
Thank you so much. Shout out.
Shout out. Okay, well, hopefully everybody's good. Today is the brawl of the century, which is, you know, it's kind of Yeah, right.
I have no real like stake in this argument, I will say.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun either way.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Chicken Mom.
Did you hear me say his fun fact? Is he with you in the car as well? I just said his fun fact. Also, don't watch and drive. Now I can hear. Okay.
Listening is good. Listening is good.
Yes. The camels can throw up their stomachs. That's gross. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he didn't hear it. Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, I just said it again.
Yeah. We're covered. It's good. It's fine.
Mediocre male part 2.
That's right.
Camels can vom their entire stomachs.
That's right.
Their poor tum-tums. Can you imagine, like, just waking up one day and you just, and then all of a sudden your stomach is on the ground, though?
No.
It'd be very concerning. Also, is it still attached?
I mean, it has to be, right? Or they would just die.
Wouldn't you just suffocate, though? What's the stomach attached to? Your esophagus.
Correct. And your small intestine.
Oh!
But I don't know about camels, though, because camels might be one of those animals that has like more than one stomach.
Sorry, Abby. Sorry about that. Because if that's the case, can you? Okay, this is getting deep. My brain is thinking.
I like where this is going, though.
I don't. So gross. If it's so,
you brought it up.
So, just considering the fact that it's a one-way shoot, essentially, right? And everything's
one
connected,
tube.
right? Everything's connected from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine vomiting and also being in excruciating pain because you vom so hard that your stomach came out, but that also means you ripped your rectum away from your butthole, and you've now projectiled your entire intestinal system?
Counterpoint.
All right.
I'm imagining more of like, you know how there's like a knot in yarn sometimes?
Yes.
And like, so I'm imagining, because your small intestine, assuming camels have like similar anatomy to us, which I'm pretty sure they don't, but like whatever. Your small intestine is like really long.
It's true.
So I feel like you could throw it up and there would still be small intestine in there. It would just be now your stomach is outside your body.
Okay, but the real question is, do you choke on it or you just slurp it back down? You know, like those are the questions.
I think slurp it back down. if I had to guess,
So
in a perfect world, in a perfect world,
just noodle that thing right back in your
mouth. You're like, oops, my bad, and then just like put it back in.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Also, I just looked up camels, but it's just bone structure, which is unhelpful. Hold on.
So lame. Because like when doctors do surgery on people and they take out your intestines, like then they just put them back in and they all rearrange the way they're supposed to be.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, hold on. I found they have a singular stomach.
Okay.
So one stomach.
Can confirm.
And it's that thing is fully connected.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
there you have it, folks.
So possibly vomiting up your stomach is a life ruiner for a camel.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be, in fairness, I would say across the board, throwing up your stomach would be a
like
life
ruiner.
ruiner.
A cow has like 4 stomachs, right? Something like that.
Lose one.
Yeah. Not a day ruiner. Or
Yes.
maybe a day ruiner, not a life ruiner.
Okay.
For a camel, definitely a life ruiner.
That'd be a crappy day for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad I'm not a vet right now, Mom. Thank you for bringing that up. I kind of wish I was a camel now. No, Abby, no.
You would never have to drink water.
Oh, sorry, Centric. We've made you more ill. I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's having tum-tum sadness.
Oh.
Well, on that note, I say we go to the disclaimer.
All right.
We are not experts in camel stomachs.
Especially not camels. Particularly not camels.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not really experts on anything, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. So with that being said, take everything we say with a grain of salt. We'll do our best to educate you. This episode, I feel like, is going to be more nostalgic for a lot of us than anything.
Yeah.
Um, Otherwise, do your own research. Google is free. You got this.
Abby, what eyebrows do you think camels have that are so enticing?
Amazing eyebrows they have good eyelashes.
Did you mean eyelashes? Also, we're going into the good news.
All right.
There's that. I would love to know what eyebrows you're talking about.
Eyebrows on fleek, if you will.
Apparently, I guess.
If it's 2016.
Which it definitely
Can
is.
you I have never been one of those people who have to put on eyebrows with like the brow pomade and all that stuff.
I don't do eyebrows.
Yeah, but I put like a little bit of the clear gel or whatever, but like that's it. Yeah.
I don't do I'm so cautious with the eyebrows because I feel like one day I just won't have any. So the less I put in it now, maybe the more luck I'll have. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I feel like I learned at a young age to not pluck my eyebrows that much because I feel like my mom plucked them too much in the 90s and now is left with some, but not a lot.
Yeah, I feel like that's a tried and true for certain
So
people,
her beauty advice that she, unbeknownst to her, passed down to me was like, only do this unibrow part, don't do the other part.
Yeah, just do it right here. Maybe I don't know. It's probably the eyelashes. They do have beautiful eyelashes, so that's a fair shout.
They do, yeah.
I just don't do makeup. I'm living the hey, the only time I do makeup right now is if I have to go into the office, which is basically never, and right before stream. And in that case, it's usually just mascara. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm too lazy.
I did my makeup today.
Your makeup always looks fantastic. I look like a rat that's just rolled out of bed somewhere most of the time.
Thank you so much.
Sweaty
Thank you
forehead.
So much.
Also, usually I'm just getting off of work, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have work on Thursdays, so I like to like use this as an excuse to like put on makeup because
self-care.
For my job, I usually do like the basics because I don't want to like freak out my patients with green eyeshadow.
You should. That's a vibe.
I mean, not for everyone. And I work with a predominantly old population, so I really don't want the boomers to be like, is that your real eye color? No, ma'am.
No, it is not. Funny enough.
Yeah. I just don't want to be a story at their dinner party. You know, the nurse that I had for my cataract surgery.
You know what?
Had green eyeshadow.
The fact that you're even living in their head rent-free. How cool is that?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, sorry. Well,
anyway,
we'll also go to the good news, which I love this slideshow, by the way. I literally typed in 90s, and this is what it gave me as a design, and I'm here for it.
So cute.
It's super
yeah,
cute.
I love it.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
It's up to you.
Christmas party failed successfully. Sorry, Abby. I did not mean to butcher your home country's accent.
Yeah, you totally killed it.
All right. A New Jersey man had the rather unorthodox idea of throwing a party at the Walmart self-checkout counter. Perhaps driven by rage and cynicism, which are my two favorite emotions, a bit of his motivation can be found in the event description on Facebook, which reads, celebrating another successful year of picking, paying, and bagging your own groceries while actual employees just stand around and check receipts. Oh my God.
It's so aggressive.
So aggressive. Does this man have a job? Let's see.
I don't actually know.
When he saw that, he sounds like he wants a job at Walmart.
Right?
When he saw that 21,000 people had marked this event as interested, he decided to turn his cynicism into goodwill. Walmart was unwilling to host the event, but creator Andrew Delgado wasn't going to give up so easily. While this started as a joke, it had me thinking, what if I was to organize a big toy drive where we have a Santa Claus and then we all purchase the toys from the store, pile them outside, and then donate them to whatever children happen to come into the store. Delgado wrote on the Facebook event page. So, yeah, seems like a good idea. Mm-hmm. Quote, I genuinely believe that something good can happen from this. Times are tough for a lot of people, and I think that this would be perfect, unquote. writing to his local Elks Lodge community organization, which agreed to offer their Lacey Township location as a drop-off site. The stage was set to see how many of those 21,000 people, a number which by that point had grown even larger, would show up.
I'm also super sad it's the Elks Lodge, not the Moose Lodge.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Not everything can be that.
Sag.
They had to spread the love with other antlered animals.
I mean, I guess.
The groundswell of support and coverage from local news became so great that Delgado had to reiterate twice on the event discussion section this was absolutely not going to be held at Walmart, despite the original description. The turnout was stunning with over 7,000 people participating and trucks of presents, food, pet food, and other donations flooding the Elks Lodge. At least one local store got involved, and the news of this event made it all the way into USA Today. Delgado posted regular updates in which he estimated the gifts would make it to over 1,000 families in the Lacey area of New Jersey. Well, our journey has finally reached its official end. We rolled over to the Popcorn Park Zoo to deliver the last of their donations and then stopped at Lacey Food Bank to drop off the literal shipment of boxes full of food and toys to them as well, Delgado wrote in the final update. So good for them.
Yeah, kind of worked out. Went from cynicism to joy. Also, it's obviously toy related, which is why I chose it. And that's the good news. And Blair has disappeared for the first time in stream. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. You disappeared for me too, if that makes you feel any better.
Why do we always disappear on each other?
That's our love language.
I'm out. I'm so glad that Jinx is still here also.
I'm gonna need you to not step on my keyboard, sir.
What? Bro, we're trying to stream here. I always forget it's technically his stream. Oh, sorry, Sandra.
Say hi to the people. Say hi. Mm-hmm.
Now he's shy.
Say hi. Come here. Oh.
He's
Say
so
hi.
cute. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
I'll change it for a second. Oh!
I see. Okay. All right.
He said no thank you.
No, thank you.
That was super cute, too. He has a literal bed right there that he could,
Yeah, but he wants to sit in front of me. He wants to nudge the microphone. He wants to just move around. He wants to sit on the mail. Oh, jeez.
That's his mail.
Okay.
I am no. Thank you, Centric. You are faster than me. Okay, so.
Shall we begin?
Yes, we shall. Today, Blair and I are going to be discussing two of what I believe to be two of the most iconic dolls when we were growing up to a point. And maybe even two of the more iconic toys. They definitely won awards. Obviously, they have a lot of history individually, and then also, fun fact, they have a lot of history together as well, which I did not know before putting this podcast together.
Together forever.
Together, but it was not a happy ceremony. It was actually fraught with sue and lawsuits and stuff like that.
Fun.
Which is always great.
America.
So anyway, what we are talking about today is Barbie and Bratz, and it's kind of like a versus situation. And if you don't know what these are, I'm so sorry, but also I'm going to educate as well.
Do you live under a rock?
This one in particular. I know that Bratz was definitely international, and Barbie definitely had to be international as well. They both had movies and games and all sorts of stuff made around them, even outside of the dolls. And today we're going to talk about the history and a little bit of that, and then also kind of discuss what we had growing up and if we had a favorite at all or if it mattered to us at all. And I forget, Blair, did you want to do Barbies or Bratz?
I'll take Bratz
You
for
want Bratz?
3,000. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Question.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong, because normally it's like they give you the answer and you have to give the question. We'll get to it. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, then we're starting in the Barbie world, which I think is super fun and exciting as well. And I love everything about this slideshow. If there's any people here that don't know, it's past your bedtime. It's true.
1,000%. Unless you're on the West Coast, in which case it's only 3:30.
That's
so
fair. All right. So we'll start from the beginning like we normally do. Introduced March 9th, 1959, Barbie was the first mass-produced toy doll in the United States with adult-like features, which is very important. Mass-produced as in, like, we really wanted this to be popular, and they really anticipated making tons of them. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I would like to say that in the Barbie movie, which I know you haven't seen, but if you haven't seen it and you're in the chat, this is a spoiler. I'm so sorry, but it's not like a pivotal plot spoiler or anything. So, like, have you seen The Dawn of the Apes? Or like,
No.
Okay, never mind. So, in the beginning of the Barbie movie, it has all of these little girls playing with like baby dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you hear the dun 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 dun, and then this giant Barbie like shows up, and the narrator Helen Mirren goes, in the beginning of time, the girls only played with baby dolls or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but then Barbie happened, and then it shows this like full figured like woman.
Oh.
And it was amazing. So anyway, anyway, go ahead.
But it's important, right? Because to your point, the only things that were really available were like, baby dolls. We're thinking like Cabbage Patch Babies or the little, like, even during our generation when we were growing up, there was like Baby Alive. It was all baby related. Yep. Barbie introduced as a toy, the mass production, but also the adult features, the adult figure, the adult look. We had full makeup, like you can see she was wearing jewelry and swimsuits. Sub Pie, welcome in. Did you finish your stream? How'd it go? Good to see you, my friend. And so that's really the big difference there.
Yeah. And like it also has to do, this is just my little side tangent, but like it also has to do with like messaging, because like young boys play with like fire trucks and other kinds of like things, but then like mostly truck related from what I understand, but also like Legos and things like that. Just
full trucks all the time.
But like young girls, all the options were like baby dolls, which like what kind of messaging is that, like so that only means that you can aspire to be a mom or like a caretaker of some kind, which is there's so many other possibilities. I feel
that's 100% what Barbie provided as well, and we'll talk about the different careers that she's had as well, which is really fun. Also, Sub Pie, good luck. It's a battle to the death, so you got to be ready. Okay, strap in.
Yeah, we're both going to be making arguments, so just hear us out.
I love a good argument, and I'm hot today after edible arrangements.
Oh my God. Should we tell them about that?
I don't even think it's worth it.
Okay. Kirsten, edible arrangements is on her shit list. That's all we have to say.
I will be writing a review.
That's right.
Okay. So then, also for context, Barbie was created by someone named Ruth Handler, and she was actually co-founder of the business that her husband owned, Elliot Handler, and that was Mattel Inc., the toy company that is still going strong today. Edible arrangement centric. We're talking chocolate covered strawberries, fam. Okay, get it sorted. And her idea actually stemmed from something called the Build Lily doll, and I have it pictured here, but she was actually part of a comic book strip. Don't you even leave. Get your butt back here. She was actually a comic book character made doll, and you can tell from the left and the right picture how, like, literally how similar that they were. So definitely inspired by something like this, but The difference is Barbie was very wholesome. Bild was not. She was considered a racy German comic strip woman. And some of the scenes that if you look it up, you could see for that time very, quote, racy for the time.
Can I just say that I love the early Barbie looks with like the makeup. I just feel like it's so cute.
It is. It really is. Yeah. So that's the beginning. In its first year, 300,000 Barbies were sold for $3 a piece, and today the number one Barbie doll could go for over $25K in US dollars. Additionally, like we talked about briefly, Barbie has had more than 250 careers and even went to the moon in 1965, which was 4 years before Neil Armstrong. But we're talking...
Take that, Neil. Take it.
Take it. But that includes doctors, veterinarians, secretaries. She was president one time. She has literally run the gambit of careers in the many years that she's been out and about since then. Of course, like most things, I feel like I don't really know why they decided to go this route, but my assumption is they were also trying to tailor it for two things. One, and you'll see this with the Bratz as well later, but one, they wanted to have a male counterpart for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
But also two, if you're a girl playing with her dolls, and like it was really, I mean, we had like our secret diaries, we had our crush games, we had our crush phones. It was all about having a crush, or like, oh my gosh, do you like him? And so it was important for the girls too to kind of have that male counterpart. And so in 1961, they ended up introducing Ken Carson, who, based on this article, was Barbie's on-again, off-again boyfriend, and was named after the creator, Ruth's son.
Okay, so first of all, Abby has a beautiful point. Did anyone have Ken? I
did.
I literally had no, I did not. I didn't even know Ken existed for a long time. Also, Ken has a last name?
He does. His last name's Carson.
I don't like that at all.
Okay.
It should just be Ken.
You don't have to like it. I'm just telling
Ken.
you the truth,
That's
you know?
it.
I mean, he is just Ken Carson.
Interesting.
I'm sorry to ruin it for you.
Yeah, it's all right.
Also, the look, I would just like to say, he doesn't always look like Justin Timberlake. The one that I had did not look like Justin. So I would like to be very
Ken
clear.
also evolved with the times. And there was, you know what? We should do a side-by-side of the Justin Timberlake Barbie doll and that one.
We should. I will look it up when you're doing the Bratz one.
Okay.
Like in my era, everyone had the Barbie with all the accessories that broke. Yes, that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I really wanted all the clothing kits and all the shoe kits.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Even though they were 100% going to get lost, I still...
It was all about the clothes. The shoes always aggravated me though because they never stayed on, and it was like a whole thing, you know. But
then it seemed so. Of course, you're collecting these through the years, right?
Right.
So some of the Barbies, the clothes and the shoes were like, way to go, perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tried to put them on a Barbie that was newer or older and like swap them out, it never set right.
No.
I did have my prized possession, which I have no idea where she is today. Maybe in the garbage, maybe somewhere hidden in a box. The one prized possession I had was a Sailor Jupiter Barbie. I loved her so much, and Jupiter is my moon. Sign,
right,
like my moon, that's my planet.
Got it.
But also it's Sailor Moon, so
right,
and that's iconic as well. But those are the ones I really loved.
Very nice.
Yeah, still way too expensive. They were very expensive, yeah, for what they were. And then you catch everything in the Velcro also. Anyway, so that Ken was kind of a nobody, I guess, for the majority of us. So obviously she was very iconic, and so what they did is to kind of spur, number one, the collector side of people, and number two, to kind of collaborate with well-known people in the adult realm. They began creating celebrity dolls and branching out into that collect it here kind of vibe, and they started by creating Oh, I have the wrong one in here. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, it's fine. So they started by making Barbie a best friend. Her name was Midge Hadley. And then after that, they expanded to celebrity lookalikes.
Also, Midge was pregnant.
She was, yes.
Yeah.
And in 1963, they began the celebrity lookalikes, starting with Twiggy in 1967. And then they did Cher. They've done, oh, shoot, what's the other one? They've done many. They've done Justin. They've done tons of them.
They've done all of NSYNC. They've done Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm.
They've done the Olsen twins.
Icons.
Which I had both of them.
Nice.
Let's see. What else have they done? They've done so many.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Justin Bieber has one.
So obviously at that point, one, they were trying to kind of merge into that pop culture of the time and like get people excited, because if you liked like NSYNC, of course you'd want all of them and like collect them. But in the adult sphere, you know, the pop artist, you know, Cher for the time, and Twiggy, who was the amazing model. I mean, you're going to cater to a group of adults who are also kind of like, oh, I mean, it's a doll, but it's of the person that I really idolize and, you know, would love to collect. But of course, the other problem was, despite the slow branching out of things, there wasn't a lot of diversity in the Barbie dolls at the time either. And so to fix that, there was an official African-American Barbie that was introduced in 1980 that was also alongside a Latina Barbie. And since then, there's been more than 40 different international Barbies that have debuted to kind of open up that diversity and international feel, so that everyone feels represented and everyone feels like they have, you know, a doll that, you know, they can relate to as well. More on, you know, where they're from or, you know, what their heritage might be, which is really cool and exciting. And you'll see that in all of the, even the material today, I think, in some of the Barbie ads, they've got like tons of different styles and everything going on. Most of the dinosaurs. Yes, so Bob Mackie, fun story about this guy. So he created all of the real, like, decadent, hand-sewn clothes and hairstyles for the Barbies when they were starting to branch out into these designer roles. He literally has clothing with hand-stitched sequins and embellishments on some of these Barbies, and they go for top dollar nowadays because of how much individuality that he put and time that he put into these dolls, which is pretty crazy. And then in 1988, they decided to go full ham in the collector realm and start a line called Happy Holidays Barbie dolls, which are still, so it's kind of weird. So technically speaking, the Happy Holiday Barbie doll line only had 20 released from 1988 to 1998, but they still have holiday Barbie collections that have continued every year, and they release, you know.
Oh, interesting. Year. Okay.
Yes,
so it's just like kind of a technicality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're this is the only reason I know that is because if you mess it up on the collector sites, like, you're done. Like, you're not a true fan, apparently. So,
oh.
Yeah. So there's a website that I got this photo from and this information from in particular that stated that with this collection, unless it was the top 20 editions, nobody cares about anything else. Like, nobody's worried about your collection of all of them. If you don't have this first one was the number one that came out in 1988. This is the very first one. People will literally go fisticuff over something like this. It's like the freaking Beanie Baby craze, but with Barbie.
Sure. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, right. But they're gorgeous dolls, and I think that's exciting. But also, you know, it's not like you're taking them out. You're just displaying them. So, you know.
You're not even playing with them.
You're not even playing with them. I mean, it's probably not the choice that you would go with if you're, you know, collecting them. But I get it. Avon used to sell them. I used to buy Avon makeup.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom sold Avon for a while, and Grandma always got the magazines that came in, and she'd be like, just circle what you want, and be like, this and this and this. All the bright pink lipsticks, please.
Yep. Yep.
I want that blue eyeshadow stat. Anyway, moving right along. Barbie got her first movie screening in 2001 with Barbie in the Nutcracker, and it would also spark a series of other storybook movies from like Rapunzel. I think she even had Swan Lake, so she had a couple of ballet pieces that she did as well. And all of those, at least, were iconic for my childhood, but I don't remember watching a whole lot of them unless I happened upon them at a Blockbuster.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Barbie movies other than the most recent one that just came out.
I did most of the games. Like, we had the underwater swimming one where she had to find like the hidden treasure in the ocean.
Nice.
And I really remember and like enjoyed playing that, but also same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games, though, she had also already had her first video game from 1984, but up until 1984 to current, she has over 70 games total now. So she's got a whole repertoire of movies, games, and interactions. She even had, I don't know if she still does, I didn't check, but there should be even like a website that was akin to like Polly Pocket where you could interact and play games on it. Because I do remember that as well.
Do you remember, this is kind of a deep cut, do you remember My Scene Dolls?
I do remember My Scene Dolls where you could create them, or like somebody else would create them and you just use them as your really dark and deep like avatar pictures.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Deep cuts. And if you don't, I was born in the wrong era. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of want to just, yeah. Anyway, yes. And I think they were a competitor too, like Bratz, Betty Spaghetti is the other one that just randomly came to mind, but that was not a competitor at all.
No,
it's just completely random.
I remember those. Yeah.
I liked them. And then, as we talked about early on into Barbie's entrance into the scene of things, even though they had expanded into, kind of a little bit of diversity, the other thing that people really chastised Barbie for was their limited range of body types. And so, in response, of course, which we know now to be true, Mattel released the Fashionista line, which and this was in 2016, but that included 4 body types, 7 additional skin tones, 22 eye colors, and 24 different kinds of hairstyles. So They really tried to broaden the range. And I would also like to say, I know Mattel is a big company and they obviously have tons of toy lines and probably lots of revenue. I don't really know what they're doing now post-pandemic or anything. But it's not like doing that is cheap. So they probably all have their own assembly line. They probably all have their own like different pieces that have to be assembled. So for them to come out with all of those combinations where they could be applied to any of their dolls and lines is pretty remarkable, just scale wise, of how much it probably takes for like getting the initial mold sculpt and things like that. So I don't know a lot about toy production, but I do know that that's probably very expensive.
I'm glad that they did it, though. I think that that's important for sure.
And it's definitely great representation and just saying, not one body is better than the other and you all can coexist lovely together. And by that time, I have transitioned over to Bratz.
Perfect. All right. Moving right along. So, Bratz were designed by Carter Bryant. Bratz dolls were inspired by the average teenager with a bit of a bratty style and energy, which I think the fact that it was like created by like what looks to be here like a middle-aged man, and he to like assume that teenagers are bratty seems a little bit of an insult. Saying.
I can put in a little bit of context here. So, the article that I took this from, and by this I mean the information, said that he was driving home one day and saw like this group of teenagers in a park just like socializing and being like, oh my god, like whatever. And he's like, that was my inspiration. And I was like, okay. It's kind of weird.
Little weird. At least Barbie was created by a woman, just saying.
Well, but also, I'll also say, just spoiler alert for the future, that's not his inspiration at all. And we'll get into that later.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Yes. Okay, anyway.
All right. And I also remember the tagline, "It'll be ingrained in my brain until I die."
Okay.
The Bratz is a passion. We have a passion for fashion. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
I
So
love
these
those.
in my head as a kid, Bratz were the ones who were like more fashionable, and Barbie was just like the wholesome, like
Yes.
appropriate for any age group. But like
Yes.
Bratz, you had to be like preteen or above in order
Yeah.
to like play with these dolls.
It's a big step, you know.
It's a big step. At 13, I was very important. Okay.
Also, can we just talk about the fact you had to take off their entire foot to change their shoe?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay, so Bryant actually worked for Mattel previously, but ended up parting ways when his own doll idea began to manifest. They were inspired by the Angel Devil Girl ad from Steve Madden. Interesting. I see the body shape proportions.
Yeah.
The original 4 dolls were Yasmin, Chloe, Sasha, and Jade, with their overall sculpting done by Jesse Ramirez with the company MGA Entertainment. Now, I think Bratz right off the jump, obviously they don't have as storied of a history as Barbie does. They came to popularity, I guess, like in the early 2000s. But I give them credit for representing at least 4 different ethnicities
right away,
right out of the jump. Yeah, and then also, like 4 different ethnicities. We'll leave it at that, I think.
Yeah.
And then also like several different styles and like, it wasn't just like generic. I don't know.
Yes.
Generic white lady, I guess.
And to add on to that, if I can, because I just got the article in my head, so I apologize.
Go ahead.
Number 1, additionally, a good thing to note is you could not buy these individually originally.
Oh, really?
Yes. In the original distribution, you had to buy all or nothing. That's how they were sold. And 2, in the article, they were talking about how he didn't want them to be represented, ironically, right? He didn't want them to be representative of a certain identity, a certain, like, culture, a certain anything. He just wanted them to be. And I was like, well, I don't know how you could have accomplished that with this first 4, which I find the first 4 to be fantastic. Okay?
I agree.
They look great, but I don't think that was achieved.
Yeah.
They were, yes, exactly, Mom. Exactly. So, it's fine.
Okay. We're gonna move to the next slide. Bratz didn't start taking the world by storm until like 2022. Or not 2022. Oh my God. I had a dyslexic moment. I'm so sorry about that. 2002. There we go.
Nailed it.
By then, Bratz became the top selling doll and the number 3 toy by that same year. And just a fun fact, I did have Yasmin in that exact outfit.
Oh my gosh. See, okay. This is so random. Was Yasmin your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, she was also my favorite.
Yeah. Twins! Oh my God.
Yes, Yasmin was my ride or die Bratz doll. Yes. Sorry.
By 2001, Bratz had their own Japanese TV show, which went direct to video as the Bratz Pack in North America by 2004. That's amazing. I didn't know they had a Japanese TV show.
Me neither.
And then MGA would go on to sell 800 million in dolls by 2005, which is an obscene amount of money.
It is.
And in 2006, 125 million Bratz dolls were sold worldwide and held 40% of the fashion doll market. For comparison, Barbie had at the time held 60%. So basically, they took up the other half.
Exactly.
Cool. Very nice. Also, was that a live action movie cover?
Yes, ma'am.
I
was going to say you had that one too. Exactly.
Did you watch it?
No. It came out a while ago.
Okay.
Like a while ago.
Yeah, I never watched that either. It looks kind of cringe, to be honest with you.
It reminded me a little bit of the That's So Raven and the Cheetah Girls or Cheetah Sisters or whatever.
Okay, so first of all, Cheetah Girls is an iconic movie.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just say it gave off the same 90s vibe. But I never watched that one. I watched all the Cheetah movies.
Oh, so did I. Absolutely.
Really great.
There's a videotape of me and my friends at the time doing the Cinderella video dance thing somewhere, and it's awful.
I don't want to be like Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An anthem of a generation, let me tell you.
It's so true. It was a great vibe. Any hoodle.
It's mildly embarrassing thing to do with your friends when you're 12.
We
all right.
a karaoke machine that
stop it right now.
Papa got us.
Oh no.
And we used to do performances in the den with my cousins.
No, exactly. No, that same vibes. Performances at sleepovers.
Yes.
Video
Essential.
cameras. Yeah. Oh god.
Anyway, sorry to bring it up. Yep, Mom, just out me right now. Yep.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
All right. So with their success, MGA Entertainment widened their scope for the dolls, adding Little Bratz, Bratz Boys, Bratz Kids, Bratz Babies, all spelled with a Z, by the way.
That's iconic.
Itsy Bitsy Bratz, which I didn't know existed, and Bratz Little Angels, B Bratz, and Bratz Pets, which I remember the pet commercials.
I do.
I don't, and the Boy Bratz, obviously.
Yes, I don't,
because that was very
ones.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the other ones. Yeah, absolutely not. There were controversies around Bratz, however, with accusations of body image and lifestyle concerns promoted by the Bratz dolls, which totally makes sense. I mean, their body type is still unattainable, similar to Barbie.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I can't also take off my foot to change out my shoes. It's really an unrealistic body expectation.
I was thinking a little bit more about the small waist size and the giant lips, and but that's just
crazy cat eye makeup at all times.
At all times.
There's your eyebrows right there.
I mean, low key, honestly, as makeup trends evolved, like Bratz kind of set the tone for that. Just saying.
Did.
If you wonder why everyone's getting lip filler,
it's because they want to be a Bratz doll.
That's right. Additionally, MGA Entertainment went on to sue Mattel in 2005, saying the eyes of Barbie were clear copies of the Bratz, which makes literally no sense.
Yep.
Mattel countersued, stating that Bryant developed the idea from Mattel before leaving the company. Ooh.
And so, if I may interject
you may.
Here.
Please interject.
So, he ended up conceding to this because they were like, well, you used to work for us, you stole our ideas, went to MGA, our competitor, and gave them all of this information. And he's like, yeah, actually, that's true. And they ended up winning. Mattel won the lawsuit against him and ended up having to pay out like however much money for stealing the idea and like running with it. I mean, in his defense, though, they don't look like Barbie. And most dolls have a similar look to them.
I don't even understand why they started it. Because everybody looks different.
The eyes don't match. The body type is similar, but everything else, I mean, again, the body type was just similar. One, because it was easy for a production line to just pump out the same style, which is what I said in the beginning with the Barbie situation.
Right.
And these are mass-produced dolls. And two, literally their entire face structure and the way that the foot thing is completely different. Barbie
totally different. They said, we see the problem with Barbie shoes. Now we will
peg in hole. So easy. My favorite thing to do was to try to put them on backwards so they look like this.
Why are we the same person?
It's like trying to turn the Barbie head all the way around without popping its head off. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Ooh, anyway, yeah, completely different. I don't think it was. I don't know why he bothered trying to sue Mattel in the first place for the eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what a terrible idea.
And then to be like, oh yeah, I stole your entire idea. Once they were like, like, makes zero sense to me. Barbies and Bratz were fun to play with, but if you look at their design now, it made a whole lot of people self-conscious. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, in fairness, that's why Barbie pumped out the other lines in like 2016. But again, not that it's okay to have something out in public for the sake of money or ease, if it's, you know, bad for the people or the environment or the mindsets. But there's a lot of money on the line, and you can only have so many factory lines.
I would like to make the argument though that at least Mattel at this stage has plenty of money, and can afford and should, you know, should make the other Barbies with the inclusive, you know, body types.
Which is what they do.
It'd be different if we were asking like an indie toy company
to do that.
Yes. But like this is Mattel, which is like arguably the biggest toy company on the planet.
And also now, when they started, not necessarily.
Right.
So now they have the funds and like the ability to do that. I don't think, and again, I didn't really look at the financial side of things, so I apologize. That's probably my bad as well. I don't actually know how much revenue Bratz had or has, and I also don't really know a whole lot about MGA Entertainment and like how much they own in terms of toy and stuff.
I would like to say that I think Bratz are on the outs anyway, because having a husband who regularly spends time in the board game aisle at Target.
Fair enough.
I do sometimes peruse the toy aisles, and I have not seen like Bratz that much, to be honest. So I don't think it is what it used to be. To be fair,
it's not. They've been replaced with LOL dolls. That MGA owns LOL dolls, and they look very similar to Bratz.
That's true.
Just smaller, obviously. And it looks like they're also responsible for Little Tykes. But yeah, LOL is like their main hitter.
The new thing. Yeah. They're cute, but I don't get it.
No, it's not for me either. But
not that it's supposed to be for me.
No. Ridiculous.
To be fair.
No. So yeah, okay, so they own LOL, Rainbow High, the Miniverse, so probably like those mini balls, like the mini food balls. They still have Bratz lines, but it doesn't look as like they have as many. Little Tykes, something called Fluffy Stuffies, which I've never heard of. Baby Born, which is actually a very old line. They've been around for a very long time.
Going strong.
Yeah. They also have Dream Ella Mermaids, which is a mouth twister. Something called Crazy Fast, Big Adventures, and the Na Surprise. I'm not. I don't know.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so the only one I recognize really are the Baby Born, Little Tykes, and the LOL dolls outside of the Bratz. It doesn't look like they're as diverse as Mattel, so anyway. Oh, and sorry, and then the last one.
And then the last little thing here. Outside of the controversy, the Bratz maintained their success for a while and even had a handful of video games made, including Forever Diamonds and the Fashion Boutique, which I do remember being marketed for but never played. And then consoles included PlayStation and the DS of Nintendo variety.
I only remember playing these games like on the computer.
Yeah, I agree. It like was up there with like the Disney Channel games.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I gotta be honest, I didn't collect Polly Pockets, but on the website, Polly Pocket website was the GOAT. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I did have Polly Pockets, and have you seen that meme where it like has the Polly Pocket and there's like all of these because her clothes were like made of like silicone, and so you put it on and someone posts it like for nostalgia, and then the comment underneath is like, I would love to chew on that purple jacket again.
Gross.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So gross. Oh my. Did you chew on them?
No.
That's a full yes. You can't say it like that.
No.
No. Betty Spaghetti was also a goat.
Yeah.
This woman looks like the Polly Pocket nightmare that is, oh, you don't know, not Polly Pocket, Poppy's Playtime, which I don't think Blair knows what that is.
I don't. No.
But Betty Spaghetti was freaking cray looking. Okay.
Truly wild.
Truly
wild.
But very imaginative. So the whole thing with Betty Spaghetti is you could bend and pose her and her friends in any sort of way that you wanted. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so for context, this is what they look like. This is like the newer version, but I had this pink one right here. I had her. She looks crazy. But similarly, there is now...
Oh, yes. I remember this.
Poppy Playtime Mommy. I don't mean it weird. But this is what I'm comparing her to. Because when I saw Poppy Playtime and I saw the Poppy Playtime Mommy, this is exactly what I thought of. I was like, oh my gosh, she's a Betty Spaghetti. Because, like, look at her. She couldn't Hold on.
Where are we at here? Oh, 1,000%. What is that?
It's from a video. It's like a horror video game.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's like toys and stuff like that. So she, to me, is 100% based off of Betty Spaghetti. I don't know that that's their actual reference for it, but you could not convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
So anyway, not you know.
Also, not to bring into the chat too much, but I was also into American Girl dolls, which I think everyone at my school like had them, and so we had like little parties where we would go and like bring our American Girl dolls, and like it was a whole thing.
And for those wondering what an American Girl doll is, if you're not...
Those who are not in America probably don't know.
So these dolls would have names, and the trend is, and I didn't have one, but the trend from what I understand is you would try and find the doll that had your name as well, so that you could like twin with your doll. And I remember you could buy outfits that matched or something.
Can I clarify really quick?
Of course you can.
Okay, so the original, I think there was like 7 or 8 dolls were all from different historical times in America. And then they came with a book. So you would read the book and the doll looked like the character in the book.
Meet Felicity is a great
example. So Felicity is like from colonial, and then like I had Molly. She was from like the 1950s, I believe, which I'll let you pull up really quick. But yeah, and then so that was one thing. And then during like I would say the early 2000s, they came out with the lookalike dolls where you could order an American Girl doll that looked just like you, and then you could get matching outfits with it.
Perfect. And that's where like this would come in, where you're like, oh my gosh, she looks just like me.
Right.
You could get like little outfits or something. Again, I wasn't as much into these, but yeah. But
yeah, you could get the matching outfits, and they had like all the accessories, and it was a whole thing.
Also,
I would like spend hours going through the catalog. It was like the best.
Honestly, catalogs during the 90s were fantastic in general.
Ugh, the best.
And also
even the early 2000s, I would love getting all the catalogs for Christmas and like circling what we wanted and like giving it to my parents and being like, for Christmas, please.
Exactly. Additionally, this is the
My Scene dolls. Yes.
Their website was also pretty much up there with Polly Pocket for me. But they were, I mean, I would just like to point out, to me, they look like the middle ground between a Barbie and a Brat. Okay?
I agree.
They're right there on the line between the two. So this was all about competition. They presented yet another idea of fashion doll malarkey or whatever.
I think I had the one with red hair, if I remember appropriately.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know her hair was red. Did I miss that?
Like the dark red hair color. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I see it more in this picture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's cute. She was my favorite on the game.
Yeah, and they had the one where you could like paint your nails.
Yes.
That was there. Yes, that was a good game.
I loved taking Polly Pocket to like get her like her hair did and her outfit done and like things like that. And I felt like these guys had similar things that you could do on their website, which was very fun.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. And unfortunately, that's all I have.
Yeah. That's great. This last picture is really good. I like, first of all, the Bratz dolls outfits. I will always be a fan.
So good, right?
They're so good.
The passion for fashion was actually pretty accurate.
It's so good. And like the hair and the accessories. I just, it's so good. Like Barbie does fine. Like Barbie is fine.
Yeah.
But like Bratz.
I also really enjoy, I can't get off the feet situation. I really can't.
I know.
I would take somebody else's feet and stick those things on somebody else's. Like Chloe had Yasmin's had Sasha's. It was a mess.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember like truly in the toy aisle at like Toys R Us or whatever and just like agonizing over like which one I should get because they were all like so nice looking.
I appreciated also when they did come in a pack. So it was kind of like a catch-22. I know the Bratz started as a pack, and then they kind of branched out where you could end up buying individual dolls, or you could get like specialty sets that just came with one of the dolls, and that's all fine and good. But I enjoyed having like the set of them kind of looking like a unit, you know, because I feel like that's super powerful. When you just walk into a room as a unit. This has made me want to buy Barbies for my niece. Girl, go for it.
Do it.
Do it. You'll never hear a no from me.
So did you have a weird Barbie phase? Like, did you go through a phase where your Barbies, like, you were like, I don't want to be associated with these anymore, and like you cut their hair and like did like put nail polish on their face or something like that?
I can't say. I mean, maybe one of them got their hair cut, but it wasn't because I was done with them. I actually don't even remember when I stopped playing with them.
Okay.
Honestly, I had like the whole locker situation. I had gymnastics Barbie that would actually flip on her little thing. But I don't remember like being like, ugh, these are gross.
I think I had the like one of the princess Barbies and her hair was just like matted.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to cut it. And then I cut it too short. And then it was like sticking up weird. And I was like, oh my God. And then
Mom, girl,
I
probably
don't
just
know.
put them away. It's probably true. To this day, the last time I saw them, they were in a literal garbage bag in a random box.
Oh no.
And they were all naked. Don't ask me where the clothes are.
No, but that's it. Yeah.
Don't ask me where the shoes went. They were all naked.
I would be shocked if they all had their clothes, to be honest with you.
I would be more terrified if they were clothed and had all their hair.
But yeah, there was one day where I was like, okay, well, I can cut one of them. I'm going to cut all their hair. And then we did that. I wanted to see like what was it, like if I pulled the head off, like what happened. Like it was just a whole day of like, we're not doing this anymore. No Barbies for me.
That wasn't what I did. I went a different route that completely had nothing to do with toys. And one time I took all of my nail polishes, dripped them into a Dixie cup, and decided I didn't need it anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, I made it, whatever. Tried to pour it down the sink drain, and I ended up getting nail polish stuck in the sink. And I remember pouring it in there and going, it's not coming off. I couldn't scrub it off.
Oh no.
And I was so nervous to go downstairs and be like, so I got nail polish stuck in the sink.
Oh my God. Okay. So my parents, before they moved us to the house that they're in now, before my brother and I were born, they bought an old farmhouse and like fixed it up. And with an old farmhouse comes original wood floors.
Yes.
Okay. And there's no like wall-to-wall carpeting or anything like that in any of the rooms. And so in my room, my mom was always like, be careful with your nail polish and don't get it on the floor.
Blair Rodriguez.
Because it won't come out. And so I'm like on my little rug in my room, like painting my toenails or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden the nail polish bottle just like tips over, and it's just like there's pink nail polish in the crack between the floorboards. And like and so I'm like, oh, this is terrible. So I like go get a paper towel and I like try to get it up, and it's just like a whole thing. And so I don't think I ever got in trouble or anything for it, but I definitely felt bad in the moment.
Oh my gosh. I used to brush their hair with a brush that was 10 times bigger than their head. Why did they make them so big?
I don't know.
Also, the ones that were small,
oh my gosh. I had one of those hair bar, like the bust of Barbie.
Oh, those things were terrible.
I had one of those because I thought that I was going to be a hairdresser for a really long time in my life.
Naturally,
and because that's like one of the career paths you have to go through as a formative child. Anyway.
For your hands to be able to hold. That's true. We had little hands. You're right, man.
She's so right. She's so right. But I had one of those, and it was on my like vanity for a long time, and I would like brush its hair, and it was supposed to have like the makeup where you could like put ice water on it and it would like change, but it didn't work. I don't know.
Did they ever work?
No.
Did you also have like the like hair glitter stamps and like hair stickers stamps or whatever they were?
No.
Mom had a bus too. I don't think I had. I think I had the little sequin things, but I think that's all I had. Always wanted to grow up with whatever job Barbie had at the time. True.
Yeah. True.
She was a great representation of what we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I have to know, this is very critical information and very serious for our friendship in the future.
Oh God. Okay.
What kind of rug and bedspread did you have during that time? Very serious question.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna walk you through the whole childhood bedroom, okay?
Okay.
All right. So again, my parents were renovating the house, right? And so the kitchen was like this light yellow color. And my mom, I was like, okay, so you guys are doing my room next. Can I pick the color? And my mom was like, absolutely not. And she painted it the same yellow color that was the kitchen.
That's terrible.
It's not like a terrible color, but it was like lemon sherbet or something like that. It was like not my favorite. I wanted it to be like purple or, pink or something, fun. So I have like this lemon colored bedroom. I got the wall stickers that were Hello Kitty, and I put them all over my room. So we have Hello Kitty wall stickers.
Makes perfect sense.
And then my bedspread was like basically just white with like floral. So
I'm so upset.
Yeah. I know. I'm so sorry.
Upset. Wait, and the rug? What was the rug?
The rug was just like some generic rug my mom got me. There was no. I know. I was behind. Okay, I was behind.
I would just like to say.
Then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay, all right. So then we moved into the new house, and I was in 6th grade at the time, and I was like, I am not messing this up again. And so I like scour the PB Teen like catalog, and I'm like, I know what I want for my birthday this year, Mom.
Sure.
I want a new bedspread, and I want some cool things to go in my room so that way it doesn't look weird. And not that it looked weird before, like it was fine. But it just wasn't like what I wanted. Girl.
Okay.
It was fine. Okay.
Right.
It was fine. My parents could only do so much. Okay.
That's fair.
They needed to sell the house. They needed resale value. Okay.
They did.
All right. So in my new bedroom, I had green and blue like circles on the bedspread.
Oh, fancy.
And we had like 2 of the the paper lanterns. One of them was blue and the other one was yellow, or not yellow, white.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like green and blue themed.
Did you play Twister on your bedspread?
No.
Disappointing.
No. It was like more bubbles. It wasn't like
okay.
it wasn't like polka dot. It was more like abstract bubbles, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know what to say. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, so to this day,
yes.
This is such a fun fact. I love it so much. When I go and visit my aunt, they still have the comforter that was on my bed as a teenager.
Wonderful.
It was zebra stripe on one side.
Oh!
And it was reversible because the other side was bright hot pink.
Oh no. Oh, you were one of those girls.
And my rug was also zebra print. And I started, God love my grandpa, he put up with so much, okay? I originally wanted my room like raspberry red because I had this giant like Asian fan, and I mean giant. It looked like something from Naruto. Okay, this thing was huge, and I had it mounted on my wall, and I wanted something to match it because it was red and had this beautiful like Japanese stuff. Don't forget that. Don't worry, Mom, I'm covering it now.
She's getting there.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So I had this beautiful fan, and I think it came from Suzanne, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So it was on the wall, and I was like, I want it to match the fan. And so he painted the entire room this very deep raspberry red, which I grew out of mentally very quickly. And I wanted him to go from that to bubblegum pink.
That does not surprise me one bit. Knowing
know
you,
how indecisive I am.
Well, and the thing is like as I've known you longer,
yes.
The longer I've known you, you've had these very like starkly different phases.
It's true.
It's crazy, like not in a bad way. That's one of the things that I have learned to love about you. But it goes from like Barbie pink. In life, like you went through the ballerina phase.
I did.
And now
horse phase where I did all the comps, and I taught dance for however long. Now I'm a marketing person.
Right.
Yeah.
You have so many, like, it's
this
just
wall behind me.
Yeah. Right. It's incredibly, and it's like eras. It's like, not to use that term because it's like way overused now, but like it really is.
It really
like,
is. No,
and it was funny. Can I tell you a quick story? And
yes.
So when you guys were thinking you were going to move down to Virginia and you sent Tyler down to come look for houses and I helped him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, oh yeah, so do you think she's really like going to be like, she's really into the whole ballerina thing. Like this is going to be super,
yeah,
like great for her. And he's like,
It was a very difficult time.
And it was not that he wasn't, he was almost like, oh, this is just how Kirsten is. You'll see, and I was like, what do you mean? And there was at no point was he unsupportive.
Right.
I would just like to clarify. Like, it was just like, he knew you at the time, like way better than I knew you. And still probably does because
for some perspective,
you married him. But like, yeah.
During that phase, you have to think he also went from knowing me in high school and anticipating I was going down the equine veterinary track to coming out of college going, I'm joining a company to dance full time. It was like these random dualities, and he's like, whatever. I don't know what to do with that.
Right.
So.
And then he's like, I'm just going to join the Navy so we have some semblance of like one career path here.
To be fair, he thought of nursing first.
Yeah, it's fair. No, it's true.
Oh my goodness. He's a great nurse too. I think he kicks it out of the park.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
I'd let him do my IV anytime.
And that's how you know you love him.
That's true. But I'd let you do it too, so that lets you know how much I love you.
Thank you. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, you feel like you're going to pass out now?
I felt like I was going to pass out before I entered.
Right.
That's the rule. Also, yes, Abby, I had not a Hello Kitty phase. I actually had a Choco Cat phase.
Oh. I had Hello Kitty phase. I had like
the stickers
the whole,
on your wall.
I had the stickers.
Yeah.
I had the plushie. It was a whole thing.
I will say I watched the show. There was like there was a Mom, remind me. Wasn't there a Hello Kitty show? There was like a Christmas time. It was like Hello Kitty coming out to play or something like that. And I don't know if it was like a VHS that we'd had or if it was like actually a show that would like broadcast somewhere. But I remember watching the Hello Kitty show and it was very cute because they had like Karopi and everything on it as well. You had the bedspread and everything. So cute. Also, yes, Centric. I wasn't a big Naruto fan, but I did try to watch it. But middle brother Moose is very into Naruto right now. He loves Gaara. That's his favorite character. At least it was when I gifted him his Christmas gift or his birthday gift or whatever it was.
Yeah. So like 2 months ago or a month ago or even like weeks ago.
It was like November.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sanrio stuff in general was very cute. And it was also very popular.
Yeah, and it still is like super popular.
Those that little store that you went to where we were talking about, you got like the little whatever what did you get? You told me what it was.
I got Hello Kitty ramen.
That's right.
But I also got like a bunch of other little plushies and like things for Caroline for Christmas.
Isn't it called Miniso? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So that's where I got this. It's like the cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll was actually my favorite because I think he's so stinking cute. Also, he's a guy, if anybody's curious.
Oh.
Actually, a male bunny. I know everything about it. So does my friend Rachel, Centric. You guys would get along so well. Naruto is her ride or die. Never say anything wrong about Naruto. That's the rule. Well, I'm so glad we went down memory lane with this.
Yes. Yes. I also love that I made friends unknowingly with a zebra bedspread girl because I feel like
bedspread girl.
Because like I didn't know anyone growing up with a zebra bedspread, but now
it's pretty good. It's
amazing.
I had the full set, you know. I had the sheets, the bedspread, the pillowcases. Yeah. Tried and true.
Yeah.
Rewatched Naruto.
And you made friends with a blue and green bedspread person, which but also Hello Kitty yellow bedroom.
I was going to say, no. I made friends with the lemon room girl.
Which no one else had, so I'm one of a kind. Thank you very much.
She's quite unique. 10 out of 10. One of a kind. Over 8 years. Oh my gosh, Centric. That's insane. That's actually a very short timeline for that obsession. Are you okay? Okay, everybody. Well, I'm going to start our outro music.
Sounds good.
I hope that you guys had a good time with this. I certainly had a good time with this.
I did too. This was fun.
It was fun to reminisce as well.
Yeah.
As always, this is just our bi-weekly stream. We actually have our pod every Tuesday that gets released. So definitely take a listen to that. That would be fantastic. Also, follow our Instagram and TikTok. If you leave any comments or if you like our videos or our content, we would greatly appreciate that. And please rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to your podcasts. If it's not here, we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good night, Mom. I love you. Still doesn't beat DBZ.
Bye.
Dragon Ball Z was a whole nother era, and it still continues to this day. Weirdly. Dragon Ball Z? Never mind. So anyway, love you so much.
Love you too.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and if you listen to our regular pod, we'll shout out you next week. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Should I just let it play out?
Do 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 do.
You're so offbeat.
Do 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 do. I can't hear it anyways.
It's messing with my brain. Oh wait, hold on. We were so close. It's like that one little bit of lag that's in between. We're almost there. We're almost there.